Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Bangladesh conference, including research infrastructure, social media. I'd like to thank the organizers to invite DNet to be part of this initiative. And I hope that the researchers, students, and the new breed of activities which we call knowledge intermediation, so knowledge intermediary institutions who are represented here through some of you, that will be benefited from the interactions and the workshops there. Let me just tell you about DNet. DNet, we call it as a social R&D institution, and it's trying to interface ICT and development in Bangladesh context, and conducting both research, action research and empirical research. So again, like it's difficult to understand what we are doing. We have been facing since last 10 years, that how our activities are relevant to the mainstream development process. Initially, we found it difficult to explain that what is knowledge intermediation. But I think people now understand, and the research institutions in Bangladesh are more aware about how they can share their research findings to the broader constituency, and also share the research knowledge among themselves. So DNet contributed in this process since 2001 through its portal research.Through. You can go to the website when you are here, or when you go back to your home. So this is a portal which collects the research papers from research institutions in Bangladesh and outside Bangladesh, but the publications are related to Bangladesh, so you can get in one place. And all major research institutions are member of this portal. So I think this would be really useful to you who don't know yet about this initiative. And we are also member of the global IK Medley Network, Information and Knowledge Intermediary Network, initiated by IDS UK. And we have a collaborative publication named Protifolon. You can also find it in our website, research.Through. So the Protifolon is about collating the research findings in a format which is useful to the policymakers or researchers. And also it provides links to all the research papers which are available online. And DNet believes in open knowledge paradigm. So most of the publications are published under the Creative Commons licensing. And also we are trying to promote this concept in Bangladesh and in South Asia. So while working with knowledge intermediation, DNet has two actually directions. One is to work for knowledge intermediations for the policymakers and advocacy groups in Bangladesh, and also knowledge intermediation for the grassroots community. So the portal for the research community and policymakers community is bdresearch.org.bd, and the portal for the grassroots community is geon.com.bd, and it has also an offline version because you know that the internet connection is not great yet. People cannot browse from the villages. So we have offline version of this portal, and it is available to the rural information and knowledge centers. Some of them are supported by DNet, and many of them are supported by other institutions in the country. DNet is one of the institutions in Bangladesh which is piracy free. It doesn't mean that we use only proprietary software. We use open source software where it is applicable, and where it is still to get the appropriate level of robustness, we use proprietary software. And we have done this to promote the idea of open knowledge and the development, the dimension of the intellectual property rights. We are in line with the philosophy of Copy South, that the intellectual property rights under the BRAC Convention actually prohibits knowledge diffusion and prohibits development efforts. So we have to find out an alternative discourse there, so that the poor students in Bangladesh are not found guilty to make a book photocopy and being in jail under the current copyright law. So we are also working on the policy arena, so that the copyright regime becomes more development friendly rather than friendly to the Western concept of intellectual property rights. And finally, I think the knowledge intermediation process has become really very interesting, because social media is also facilitating this process. Personally, I work with a number of researchers who are located in other countries, and we are doing collaborative research. And the tool we use is various kinds of social media. I personally was part of the 6 5-year plan background document preparation, and I formed a group in Facebook on 6 5-year plan. And through that network, I found very rare documents which are not available in our libraries. So that can be one example how social media can be useful for conducting research and finding like-minded people across the globe. So I believe this workshop would be really very useful for all of us, and we'll learn a lot and we'll enhance our network and do many more collaborative activities down the road. So thank you very much again to be here, and I thank you again the organizer to invite me to be part of this meeting.
Very good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. Dr. Anand Rahan, Executive Director, DNET, and a renowned advocate, ICT for Development in Bangladesh. Mr. Liman, our project coordinator, Focus Initiatives. Michael, come from ISS, very renowned international development institute around the world, and in Bangladesh we have a lot of development fellow working in Bangladesh. Anja, come from NIAH. First of all, I am pleased to welcome you in Bangladesh conference titled as Improving Research Infrastructure with Social Media, organized by Focus Info Initiative, ISIS, Danish Development Research Network, and NIAS. On the backdrop of negative influence and impact of globalization, one of the positive outcomes is the birth of social media. In a word, we can term social media as voices for the voiceless. Now I would like to brief some activities regarding my organization. My organization name is Bangladesh NGOs Network for Radio and Communication. Basically, Bangladesh NGOs Network for Radio and Communication is a national networking body working for building a democratic society based on the principle of free flow of information, equitable and affordable access to information and communication technology for development of remote and marginalized population. Basically, we have some strategy. So, number one strategy is communicating in public sphere. Number two, communicating knowledge. Number three, civil rights in communication. Number four, cultural rights in communication. So we are very much communication biased organization. Bangladesh NGOs Network for Radio and Communication now strives to contribute in achieving poverty reduction strategy paper, World Summit on the Information Society Action Plan, and Millennium Development Goal through right to information for ensuring improved livelihood of the marginalized. Number 2, ICT for development for bridging the digital divide in rural areas, and community radio and community media for amplifying voices for the voiceless. I think the organizer have chosen the right theme for this conference as from thinking to working to designing. This conference has got significant relevance on the present context of our country like Bangladesh. Let us take and call social media as social media for development. We wish social media should be placed as voices for the voiceless. We would like to thank Danish Development Research Council, ISIS Netherlands, and NIAS Denmark to select us as co-organizer for this conference. My thanks also go to DNet staff member for their cooperation in total process. I believe under your all out efforts, the social media conference would be a great success. Thank you very much.
One of the partners here, that's DDRN, the Danish Development Research Network. Couldn't come, and now Anja will briefly show you what the work DDRN is doing. And then we can start with the actual workshops.